Before I introduce you to Ernesto's fish, I just want you to see how I feel about this new royalty pack update that was forced on everybody. This annoying person will come to your neighborhood whether or not you want them to or not. And so I made sure to give them a little makeup because this represents them perfectly and represents how I perfectly feel about this update. Ladies and gentlemen, Ernesto bought a fish. The fish's name is Diego the Fish. I know, it is a very creative name. But today, after a lot of complications, particularly with a new big massive update that broke a bunch of mods, I am finally back recording The Sims 4 Survivor. I know, you missed me. It's been about 3, 4 days, probably going to be about a week before I actually upload the video because I have to edit and everything. But yeah, I know you guys missed Ernesto, and so let's not waste any more time and get right into the action. Well, that was quite a tribal council. And before you try and tell me that it is supposed to be daytime, yeah, no, it's not. It's 12 a.m. I don't know what you're talking about. As for why are the Sims just standing there and doing nothing? I couldn't tell you. They actually have full autonomy, but they're not moving. That's scaring me. Well, after some minor delays with having to reset all of the Sims, here they are, Guyana and Christy. Guyana's probably going to need to work on her relationships because she's actually the lowest ranking member I just found out of this entire tribe. I'm not even kidding. She has the lowest relationships with just about everybody on this tribe, which I was completely shocked about. I thought she actually had the highest. You can tell that Olivia isn't exactly happy that Faulkner got voted out of this game, but I don't think she's too sad. She did try to warn him after all, but I can see her still going after Ross the very next day. This is, well, day 3 technically, but shh. I don't know why, but she's refusing to go to bed. Oh, now she is. It took her an entire hour to finally decide to go to bed, by the way. I should let you know about that. Barely waking up. Isaiah, Cameron, and Tony. Tony goes right back into their tent, and so does Cameron. Isaiah, on the other hand, needed to use the restroom. Okay, so there was a little bit of a weird glitch going on where Ezra would join in on the cooking that isn't even happening, so I had to reset him. There's going to be a lot of issues, and you know why? It's because EA is terrible and makes terrible updates. Ezra is probably in the best position after having looked at a lot of his relationships. I actually thought he was in one of the worst positions, but considering him, Sally, and Adeline all voted together, there might actually be some kind of alliance going on there. I kind of already figured that it was going to be Sally and Adeline. I did not expect Ezra to be within this alliance. I thought he was going to be quite alone, so that's my bad. No, what are you doing? You don't get to do that. What the hell? This should be locked, by the way. Wow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful day. How do you guys feel? Because I feel like hell right now, having to fix so many issues. Lily is having a conversation with Isaiah through the toilet, by the way. On the Muku tribe, having lost a single member of their tribe, it's definitely devastating. And Ross was, well, he's not in a great position right now, so let's see if he can try and bounce back from this. Yeah, you're not off to a great start, Ross, and I don't think trying to flirt with Olivia the player that wanted you gone is actually going to help in that scenario. Oh, damn. Adeline is calling out Olivia, just being like, yeah, girl, I don't trust you. You're trying to call out my own alliance member, and I'm not having it. Oh, everybody is just like, I don't even know what they're doing, to be honest with you. Oh no. Oh no. Adeline. Adeline, that's not good. You're not supposed to do that. I think everyone's about to do that. Rush might be trying to start some conversation with Guyana. I mean, Rush is probably not in the greatest position with everybody in the tribe, but I could see him working with the ladies if he, you know, gets a better relationship with them. Trying to figure out what happened, Christy and Bradley, with Guyana, try to build some relationship building exercises. They're probably spitting out Trevor, saying Trevor caused the fire. I could see a lot of things happening on this tribe, honestly, versus the other tribe. It's going to be interesting when these guys go to tribal council. I think Ezra and Sally are, like, going to be really great for each other. Sally has actually been, like, really dominant in this tribe. So has Adeline, but I think Sally's been the one actually, like, making the moves possible, so good on her. Especially getting someone like Ezra on your side. I could see that, like, benefiting you in the long run. Big time. Never the barrier of conversation, Trevor. Oh, Christy! Christy, I don't think bushes are supposed to be like that. Maybe she's hiding from everyone else. But anyway, Rush, Guyana, Trevor, and Christy all have a conversation, and Rush was not impressed with that joke, Guyana. You're going to need to try a little bit harder than that. So when it comes to relationships, Salvatore is trying to build up as many as possible, especially with Jayla. Since she is a loner, that would probably help him in the long run, because really Jayla's best relationship is with Cameron and Lily, surprisingly enough. But, I mean, Lily has controlled a lot of this game, so it's not too shocking. I think Olivia realizes that after last tribal council, she's not immune and she could probably go home next. Getting in good graces with Ezra is gonna probably be very crucial for her. Like, Ezra has been more popular than ever, especially after this vote, with Faulkner going home. So, I mean, Olivia's gonna have to tread very carefully. Man, this tribe just has a lot of things going on at once. Bradley tries to convince Casey to get out Trevor. Trevor's right there. He's just laughing it off. He's like, wow, Bradley, you're an embarrassment. As we gather by the campfire, we see that Lily is now already conversating some plans, probably to get out Tony. Everybody on this tribe seems to hate Tony, so it wouldn't be shocking. Even Cameron hates Tony. Tony probably needs to do something if they don't want to get voted out. just just making sure that their name isn't being pulled up. Isaiah of everyone is just like, yeah, might as well go the easy way, right? This next challenge, if we don't win, we have an easy target. Seriously, I've noticed Olivia talk to just so many people after that vote out. She does realize at this point that she is on the outs and she needs these people, like actually needs them more than ever. So, especially someone like Sally, building that relationship, that is going to be important. I think that Bradley, honestly, is not doing too bad for himself. He's trying to get into the mix of every alliance possible. Well, by that I mean get into the alliance with the girls. Trying as hard to infiltrate the girls as much as possible. Rush, on the other hand, has a little more of a passive approach. He's just trying to, like... Oh. Man, there have been quite a lot of interruptions, but that's okay. Anyway, Rush has quite a passive approach to the game when it comes to, like, working with people. His biggest relationship is surprisingly with Bradley. Yeah, shocker right there, right? When it comes to players, Tony has always been the type to just like just immediately scaring Tony. Like that's retaliation. Oh, dang! Tony did not appreciate that. Jayla like tried to defend Salvatore and oh, she's like, I don't care. They just started yelling at each other. Stuff is going on. Fights are happening. Drama. The drama. I did not just catch you sleeping in the same bush that you pee and poop in, Ezra, did I? And you're confident about it. You're like, yeah, I did. So what? Ezra, my guy, I don't know if that's something you want to be accomplished with. The one relationship that Olivia is probably going to have to work on the most is with Adeline, because Adeline actually really doesn't trust Olivia. She... It's probably going to be between Ross or Olivia at this point. I don't know. That's if this tribe loses. For a mean sim, Adeline has actually done pretty damn well for herself. She knows that she can trust Ross. She can't trust Olivia that much. Ross, well, he's putting himself in a position to try and get to know everybody, but it's not working out for him. He's just kind of like put himself in a bad spot. There's a lot of tension between these three, and Lily is in the conversation as well. Jayla's like, yeah, can we all agree that Tony is being really rude for no reason? And Tony's not having any of it. They're like, I don't care. It's me. You're not going to change who I am. He actually doesn't really trust Guyana that much, so if anything, he's probably willing to throw Guyana to the pasture side if he can convince them to flip on her. Maybe, but he would have to like get rid of one of the guys first, right? You know, there is something special going on between these two. Probably. I think there is still like a showmance going on, but we just haven't been able to see it very much. Oh, yeah, that's important. We need to see that again. And he's just kind of like digging through the sand a lot. I don't know why. You notice how Christy has pretty much been leading this tribe? That's just next level talent right there. I thought she wouldn't have much agency, but she's proved me wrong. The cringy girl who watches TikTok every day somehow has more Riz than half of this entire tribe. Yes, I know I just said that word. You can shoot me in the head if you'd like. Sally is already pushing the game. Get Ross on your side and vote your way. She might be thinking big time strategy. I'm kind of wondering who Sally is proposing to Ross. It could literally be anybody. Probably Olivia, but it could actually even be like Ezra, right? I'm kidding, it's most likely Olivia. Well, Guyana's definitely been doing a lot of work to get everybody to trust her. Like, she's definitely put in a lot more than I thought she would. I thought it would be really hard for her to build those relationships that were already kind of in the bad zone, but she's surprisingly been doing pretty well, especially with Bradley, the one guy who I saw they didn't trust each other, but now they do. The Goofy Goobers are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I wonder what those two are thinking. What are they strategizing? They're probably thinking of like how they could possibly like flip. Especially Rush. I think Rush is the one thinking about flipping. Bradley is just like, I'm cool with just going with the flow. On this side of the corner, Lily and Cameron discussing strategy. Cameron is proposing a pretty good idea, And Lily's like, yeah, I could agree with it. Probably something about like either not voting out Tony or voting out Tony just to go with the flow. I don't know. These two could be thinking up anything, any type of strategy, and I know Cameron is smart enough to not just vote out Tony immediately, because Tony could be useful to his game, and Lily's game as well. I think for Olivia, relying a lot on Ezra, uh, well, actually, she's been doing more than just Ezra. She's actually been talking to everyone except Ross. I think that's kind of where she stands. She knows exactly who she doesn't trust, and she knows who she wants to get rid of. But in order to, like, do that, she kind of has to talk to everyone else except Ross. They're all probably just goofing around, telling some goofy stories. You know how Rush is. The guy just likes to be inappropriate and funny as possible. Guyana's, well, Guyana's trying to get in with these guys and see just how they are and what they're thinking. And Christy pops up into the situation out of nowhere, just like a rabbit, like boop, from the hole. Tony has actually been showing that they can be glad, like grateful. They can be like likable, which is why Isaiah's actually trying to give Tony a chance. Let's just hope that Tony doesn't squander it, because like literally everybody is trying to get them out. Salvatore doesn't want to hear any of it. He's so mad that Tony is within within his presence, and like he has to leave now because he just cannot stand. Oh, he cannot stand Tony at all. He's so upset. Tony must be in a good mood because all of a sudden they've just been talking with everybody in a very nice tone. So maybe Lily is actually thinking of keeping Tony around. You know it's a good day when Jayla finishes cleaning up the shower. That's all that needed to be said about her. She's quite the neat one, so she'll make sure that this entire camp, despite being on an island, is clean. Oh, Bradley is actually taking out the trash instead of just throwing it on the ground, like every other sim has done. There's some initiative from these sims. They're not just like not doing anything. Oh, really, Bradley? I saw you do that. And then he complains about it. You put it there. Casey and Christy. These two might be best friends, honestly. Let me check. I mean, Christy and Casey might also be flirting a little bit because, you know, Casey is just the Parvati swallow of this game. She is a queen, a badass queen, and has flirted with almost everybody on this tribe. Christy tries to do the old strategy from Casey. Christy's trying to steal that strategy that Casey had and start doing something with Bradley. Would there actually be a showmance between these two? That would be epic. Two showmances on the same tribe, and then you have the third wheel, which is like Rush. That's so adorable. Don't you don't you complain about it. Don't you complain about it. Okay, Guyana is not having with Christy. I think she saw Christy flirting up with Bradley, and like Guyana is like, "What are you doing?" Christy's trying to explain herself, and it's just like, "Listen, okay, this is a game, and if Casey can do it, I can do it better." And Guyana's just like, "No, girl, just stop it. Just stop. You're making it worse." Once again, he just sleeps on the chair. Bradley, buddy, you never change. There are two separate conversations going on between Jayla Lily and Isaiah and Cameron. I think with Cameron, he's just trying to observe competition, and Isaiah is more so just trying to be nice. With Lily and Jayla, it might actually be transactional. Oh, Salvatore and Lily might actually have some kind of BFF showmance going on, even though Salvatore, to confirm to you guys, Salvatore is gay. Salvatore is a gay male. I will say that right now. As for what they're doing, what they're talking about, Salvatore is most likely just like, girl, we need to stick to the plan and get rid of Tony. We cannot. Like, we just cannot keep them around. God, really? Did you have to jump around in the trash, Rush? Olivia might actually be having a new target in mind, as she's gone out of her way to now talk to both Ross and Ezra, possibly of telling them, hey, we need to get rid of Adeline, because I know Adeline doesn't trust Olivia, so there might be some possibility she's throwing some shade. And Ezra did not like whatever Ross had to say. We go back onto the most entertaining tribe, Core. Trevor is trying to talk to Guyana, because I don't think those two actually really like each other that much, and Trevor would be more than willing to get rid of Guyana, and Guyana more than willing to get rid of Trevor. Oh, here we go. These three. Maybe Trevor's starting to enlighten himself to Bradley, but I highly doubt that. Four-way conversation. Jayla's actually trying to get to know Tony. Possibly trying to, like, get Salvatore to not hate Tony, but that's going to be a really hard task because Salvatore really wants Tony gone. Like, I'm pretty sure his life goal in this game is just to make sure that Tony is out of the game. As for Lily, I can see Lily not wanting to get Tony out, but who would she want to get out instead? Maybe the Godfather. Oh, that conversation went nowhere. Kind of felt like it was going to go nowhere. Man, being tea deprived, basically not getting to know anybody's secrets, that's crazy. They are getting really bored because nothing is happening. The day passes, and Rush wakes up in the middle of the night, and he smells bad. Yeah, Rush, I know. Oh, what? That? How? How did? What? Is Rush a wizard, guys? Now they go to sleep, just for Ezra to wake up, dirty and smelly. Well, most of Muku is awake, mainly because they smell bad, or they need to use the restroom. Man. Muku has no rewards, by the way, so this is why they smell bad. Man, he wants to sit somewhere. Maybe clear up all these hot dogs that are rotten to the core and all this random food everywhere instead of just like wallowing in it and living in it. I'm not kidding when I say everyone in this tribe smells bad. Sally, Ross, Ezra, Adeline, every one of them have not gotten proper showers. And they probably won't get any proper showers for a bit because, oh, dang. Sally actually tried to flirt with you, Ross, and this time you were like, nah. Has he actually learned his lesson, or is he just, like, doomed to fail? I wonder. There is a lot of conversations that could happen, but Ross has just single-handedly helped make them not a possibility. Ross actively engages in just trying to lay low too much, and I think that's his biggest problem. Cameron is the only one awake on the Daku tribe, which might be telling of everyone just kind of having the most comfortable living. They have a shower, they have a bathroom that looks like SpongeBob. They're living it up. Ezra might actually see Sally as his biggest ally in the game, as these two have been talking a lot more recently, and I can see them continuing their conversations even afterwards, mainly just due to the fact that Ezra doesn't have anybody else to rely on. And man, this guy's been starving a lot lately, so look at him, he's become so skinny. He's become a shell of what he once was. A muscular man. Withered down to BO and lack of food. The Goofy Goobers are back at it, talking with Christy, and, well, Rush is likely letting Christy know that Trevor is the one player that should go. Oh, Bradley, you should have not opened your mouth there. What is he doing, you may be asking? Because he's a daydreamer, he just got dazed for no reason. After having swum in the pool, he just got out of it and then walked around. Good for you, Trevor. So as it turns out, uh, guess who else is a daydreamer? I forgot about that. But yeah, Rush, being a daydreamer, he's now dazed. But you know what? That makes sense. I always imagine Rush being the kind of guy who just kind of like gets dazed for no reason. But hey, if it helps his relationship with Christy and Bradley, then anything is possible, right? With this upcoming challenge, they need to determine if they need to throw it or if they should actually try and win it. Because if they throw it, Tony will go home. If they decide to not throw it, there's a good chance that they'll end up having to keep Tony around. Why did I show you that? To highlight the maniacalness of Tony. They've caused a lot of chaos in camp, and I think everybody is getting sick of it. I don't know. Well, look at Olivia do her charm with the one player that doesn't really trust her that much. Adeline is sitting there on the side. Can't even be next to Olivia. Just has to like get up and let her know that she don't trust her. I don't know how they did it. Tony managed to get a positive relationship with Isaiah out of the blue. I'm not even kidding. They used to hate each other. But now Isaiah is starting to see some positives in Tony and maybe keep them around. Putting Lily into the mix, I guess. That might actually help Tony's case. I thought they were going to just be voted out next, to be honest with you, but they might actually stand a chance, especially since if they win the challenge, y'all gonna have to keep Tony around for a while. I say, let the chaos continue, okay? Tony is what makes this game interesting. I don't know who Christy was trying to flirt with, but whoever they were, it must have worked. Christy has been stealing Casey's strategy. I wonder if Casey is at all angry at that, or if she was the one to encourage her to do that. I guess we'll figure out, won't we? Rush was gonna ask the due date for Christy to make fun of her, but he just kind of didn't. Ew, stinky. Now all of a sudden this tribe wants to go to sleep too often. So here's Olivia, and she interjects with Sally. Olivia has been playing a lot harder ever since that first tribal council. And maybe it's because she actually realizes that she is not invincible. She's hoping to get along with Sally and potentially convince her to get out Ross, because I know that Sally hasn't had that great of a relationship so far with Ross, so maybe she might be able to dictate her and Adeline to vote out Ross instead. Something happened to get Cameron really worked up. I don't know what happened or what conversation he had, but whatever it was, it got him really mad. Apparently he got called a robot, and there's only one person in this camp who I know is a technophobe, and that is Tony. Oh, brother Tony, what did you do? Oh, man, don't tell me you... Yeah, that's not good. If you'll see, Casey and Trevor are about to flirt. Christy and Bradley are just talking, but man, I do actually ship these two. This might be the showmance of the season, in all honesty. Wow. Didn't even try. Salvatore is calling out Tony. He knows Tony is doing something bad. Jayla had to join in on the conversation just to see what's going on. Tony is explaining the situation, and Jayla's actually sympathizing with Tony. Salvatore is just so mad. He's like, "What are you doing? Don't side with them." Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Wow. Jayla realizes, oh boy, this is gonna be messy having to deal with these two. 1 hour before the competition is to begin, everybody on this tribe, the core tribe, they're all planning out how they're going to win this challenge because they do not want to go to tribal council. Especially not Guyana. She knows that the guys are willing to vote her out. Even though she has the trust of the girls, she doesn't know if she's at the bottom of that. It's now become a conversation without Ross, so Sally might actually be considering a blindside on Ross, which, I mean, that wouldn't be shocking, but it would certainly help Olivia in every scenario because if it's not if it's not Ross, it's gonna be her. Nice try, Ezra. Flirting does not work on Adeline or Ross. He's just kind of like saying, "Oh, hands don't do that, Ross. Hands are not supposed to do that." But yeah, he's just kind of sitting over there looking at the conversation instead of joining it. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's challenge time! Woo! Isn't it your favorite part of this entire thing? The challenges. Alright, once again, I will take it over to the oh so handsome and gracious past me to tell you how this challenge works. In this unique challenge, I made this challenge at last minute because I had no idea what I was doing, so hopefully it works. In 3 tribe members will have to make a close shot basket. After all 3 members make at least one shot, one member of the tribe will have to slide on the water slide.
Wow, epic slide by you, buddy.
Then one tribe member will have to go up the ladder, where they will encounter a riddle. They must decipher the riddle and pick the right object associated with the riddle. Once they have the object they need, they'll have to go down the ladder and place it down on the table next to their tribe. If they get the item right, they will then just have to light the campfire to win immunity and reward for their tribe. Thank you, past me. You will be playing for reward, obviously. You will be playing for sinks. Yeah, I know, sinks. They can be very useful. Because you guys didn't win anything, you will just get the sinks, and second place will just be immune, and that's it. Last place, you will be voted out. Mwahaha. Now, Core and Daku, obviously, or Dooku, whatever, you guys are going to have to sit someone out because you have an extra player. Sitting out for the Core tribe is Bradley, and sitting out for the Daku tribe is going to be Salvatore. Everyone else, get into position, and this challenge will begin. On the Daku tribe, we have Lily, Isaiah, and Cameron shooting just one basket. That's all they need. We have Tony, the ever so beautiful NB, going on the slippy slide. And Jayla will be doing the riddle. For the core tribe, it'll be Casey, with Trevor and Christy shooting the hoops. Rush was very eager and pretty much begging to go on the slippy slide. And Guyana doing the riddle. For the Muku tribe, it'll be Ross, Ezra, and Olivia shooting the hoops. Sally performing the slip slide, and Adeline doing the riddle, but she doesn't really look all that confident in doing it for some reason. And this challenge starts now. Everybody is getting into position. They're about to shoot some hoops. All they need is one basket. Oh, one. I think I don't. Hang on. Okay, so after further review, Ezra made it, Olivia made it, Casey made it, Trevor made it, and Cameron made it. Everyone else still going for it. And Christy made it. Livia made it. She doesn't need to continue shooting. Casey, you also don't need to continue shooting. Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, and she made it. And with that, the core tribe can now slip and slide. So, Rush just needs to make one trick slip and slide. If he fails, he has to start again. And we're about to see if Ross makes it, and if our good old boy Isaiah makes it at the same time. And Ross made it. Ezra did not, and he made the trick slide. Rush, I know you are very tempted, but you should probably just stick there and not do anything else, because Guyana, it's your time to shine. It's your time to do the riddle. Ezra's failing so badly. This is why I said you probably shouldn't have tried to do the trick slide again, buddy. You okay? And with everybody on the Muku tribe on the mark, that means Sally can go. Let's see if... Well, that was fine. Hey, old timer, you finally made it. All right, now's riddle time. And Isaiah gets onto the mark. Okay, go, Tony. Oh. Tony comes in with a slide. This is where the action happens. Gayani is already heading down to the platform to get the right one. Don't count Jayla out. She grabs the thing. Guyana has placed her item down, and it's incorrect. She has to go back and grab the right item. Adeline thinks she has the right item, and she does. All she now has to do is light the fire to win this for her tribe. And she does it. Adeline wins for the Muku tribe. And just in time, as Jayla is about to land on hers, Jayla thinks she has it. And she does. She just needs to light the fire for her tribe, and she wins. And this is over. The Daku tribe, and the Muku tribe win immunity. Congratulations, Muku tribe. Definitely a step up in the right direction. You guys will get a sink. So therefore, you'll be able to put your dirty dishes in the sink instead of just leaving them out. Daku tribe. I mean, second place isn't too bad. You don't win any reward, but you still get the honor of existing on another day on this beach. You seem pretty happy, Tony. Maybe you knew that this tribe losing would have been the death of you. Unfortunately, Core, Rush's face says it all. You guys have lost, and tonight, somebody from your tribe will be going home. Give you guys quite a few hours to strategize and head back to camp. See you, Core, at Tribal Council tonight. Come on in, guys, and view your beautiful sink. I know you guys really wanted a toilet, but sadly you will have to stick with just the sink for now. Core lost, which means someone from their tribe is going to go home, and, well, Trevor's going to start having to play the game and hopefully convince people to get someone that might not even be Bradley or Rush. Well, it actually might be Bradley. Or Rush, sorry. Going straight into the swing of things is Gayani and Christy immediately talking about who to get rid of. This was the thing they've been kind of hyping up for throughout the entirety of this game, and now it's coming to them. On this side of the tribe, a lot of nothing, really. I guess they're all just kind of comfortable with how things are, and that's kind of it for them. Trevor and Casey are hoping to work something out and get the right person out. I think Casey and Trevor are on the same page about Rush, because Casey's actually talked about wanting to get rid of Rush, so there's a good chance that Trevor could convince Casey to get rid of Rush. You'll never believe this. I found Ross in the bushes, sleeping in poop and pee, and now he smells really bad. Man, Tony does not trust them at all. Isaiah is trying to have a conversation, and Tony is just making sure that they're still safe another day, even though the tribe just won. So, Tony, I mean, you're lucky, honestly. I think you would have gone home had it not been for the tribe immunity. You know, I'm just gonna leave you in that bush, Ross. You seem to really want to sleep there. Man, things are just not working out with Olivia. She's really trying to get Sally to work with her. But Sally's pretty hesitant on Olivia. I don't know. I don't think Sally fully trusts Olivia the way that Olivia's trying to get her to trust. Confusing words, I know. Man rush, your tribe loses, and the first thing you do is go on your phone. That's quite a vibe, honestly. Oh, there he goes. He gets into the conversation with Bradley, Casey, and Trevor. He's trying to hopefully swing his way out of a potential vote out. Because, I mean, if anybody's got to go, it's got to be Trevor, right? He's not going to convince Casey. That's all I'm going to say. So he has to convince Christy and Bradley. This would be a huge blindside on Trevor and Casey, honestly, because Casey's biggest relationship is with Trevor. I wouldn't be shocked if Bradley and Christy are secretly like a duo now, because I actually thought it was going to be the girls, but maybe it is kind of an intertwined thing where it's more than just a girls' alliance. It's Bradley and Christy with Casey and Trevor. Yeah, a lot of relationships. One thing you can always count on with this tribe is that they will always be talking by the campfire. Salvatore seems a little upset that his tribe won, probably because they didn't win anything as a result, but also because Tony gets to stay another day in the game and Salvatore just really hates Tony. Jayla's trying to calm things down. She's just like, hey, we won. That's all that matters. And per usual, everyone has to consolidate Isaiah while he's still using the restroom. Salvatore's just like, man, I know we won and everything, but we didn't even win anything, and it would have been great to get Tony out of this game. Isaiah honestly doesn't care that much. He's more like, did you really just have to interrupt me while I am using the restroom just to tell me you wanted Tony out? Something on this tribe has to happen, and Ross and Adeline are trying to build up some kind of relationship. Mainly because Adeline has gotten off on the wrong foot with a lot of other tribe members lately, and so she's just trying to rekindle the relationship that, well, was broken somehow. As for Ross, this is a good opportunity to get in with Sally and Adeline. He knows that his neck is pretty much out there if he doesn't have Ezra, Sally on his side. And I don't know if he has Sally. I know for a fact he does not have Olivia. Ezra's just kind of looking over them. He's like, yeah, Ross. Keep up those conversations. Keep talking. Keep talking. Just as long as my name isn't coming out of your mouth. Bradley just needed to make sure he made that face before walking over to Trevor. I could see Trevor trying to convince Bradley of maybe a possible blindside on Rush, but I just don't see it happening. Sorry for that. That was an event. It was very loud. Guyana, Trevor. Man. I mean, Guyana is already targeting Trevor. Maybe she's just trying to make sure Trevor doesn't know that he's the target. Oh man, Lily does not trust Tony anymore. Lily just got mad at Tony. Tony immediately tries to lighten the situation a little more, being like, look, we may have won, but that doesn't give you any excuse to yell at me, because I'm a badass, and you're not. Guyana's just trying to make sure that Casey is still on her side. There's definitely been a lot of questions between these two. Like, so much tension that even, like, a knife couldn't cut it. It's pretty bad. You'd need like a jackhammer to cut this tension that's been somewhat building between these two. And I mean, oh, damn, right in front of Casey? Did you have to do that right there? Man, the goofy goobers. He's just like, man, those idiots are trying to get you out. And Rush knows it. He's trying to control his anger, man. He can't help it. I really want to see these two go far. They're really fun. They're really silly. But I don't know. One of them might go home. It'd be kind of sad. Oh. Everybody here is just talking to each other. There's so much conversation going on. I can't even, like, comprehend what's going on, man. So much of everything. So much just just talking and talking. Ah! It's a lot. You know, Adeline actually talks to Ross a little more than usual. Maybe Adeline is actually getting more comfortable to the idea of keeping Ross around as a potential ally. I mean, I could see it in her mind being like, Ross isn't too bad, he's kind of just there. And now she joins in on the cooking with Olivia. I mean, Isaiah's actually trying to hopefully get Salvatore on board with keeping Tony, but it's going to be a bit hard because those two just despise each other to a point where it's not worth it. And there's a pile of trash right there, Lily. Do you want to pick it up? Cameron might be shifting strategies to actually get rid of Tony because, well, the two of them just don't get along anymore. And Jayla's, you know what? Jayla's been doing really good. I thought she would do a lot worse than she actually is, but honestly, she's doing pretty decent for herself. Tony knows that they won't get a relationship built with Cameron or Salvatore anytime soon, so actually getting someone like Lily on your side might actually be a good idea. Considering the two of them actually didn't hate each other before, things could be fixed between the two of them, and I would live to see it. Man, this tribe has been very intense in terms of tribal council. Guyana and Casey have been talking a lot because Guyana really trusts Casey. Casey really trusts everyone except for Rush, and it's been quite a cycle. This is going to be one of the most intense, unpredictable vote outs of all time, because literally it could be anybody. I actually don't know who is going to go home from this tribe. They haven't really actually made a decision on who they 100% want to vote out. So now is the perfect time for them to both consolidate their options. Because I think Christy and Casey have completely different ideas, though, on who should be voted out. Ross, I swear to God, man, this is the, third time now I've seen and caught you sleeping inside of the dirty bush. You have some kind of obsession that needs to be looked into. There's definitely a lot going on this tribe sometimes, and I do wonder oh, Cameron does not want to hear it. He's had enough of Tony. He doesn't want to deal with them anymore. Meanwhile, Isaiah's been pretty nice to everybody. I think Isaiah has some kind of secrets up his sleeve that he's not telling people. Oh, here comes the brigade. Salvatore dropping in to make sure that Isaiah's not too uncomfortable with someone like Tony. They're just like always talking to each other for some reason. I think they might have something going on, some kind of secret alliance that nobody else knows about. Cameron's looking though, he's spotting them. Maybe some kind of effort by Casey to make Rush feel like he's not in the outs and not the potential threat. Or maybe she's actually like considering the idea of getting somebody else out. After all, she did just talk to Christy and they were both kind of talking about who to get out. But whether or not it's to get out Rush or if it's to get somebody else out, couldn't tell you. Everybody on this tribe is just kind of like swimming. Not a whole lot of interesting things happening. I think the only way they really shower is by washing their hands and swimming in the pool. Oh, and Olivia, I saw that. I saw you. Don't think you could hide from the fact that you were swimming by doing nothing. Okay, this is hectic. This is just before Tribal is about to start, and these three are already consolidating some strategy. This is some last minute stuff. Guyana is trying to convince Casey, or, well, Casey was actually trying to convince Guyana of something, and she just walked away. Now Trevor really needs to think of something in order to, like, further their game. Once again, more last minute strategy as Bradley starts talking to Casey. I think that Bradley is trying to throw Trevor under the bus. I mean, it's not going to work with Casey, but maybe he might actually be throwing someone else under the bus, possibly Guyana. I mean, after all, Casey and Guyana haven't been doing the greatest with each other. It's just not going to work though, man. I don't know what his strategy... Oh, he's on fire! He's on fire! Burned hand! Burned hand! And with that, it is time for Tribal Council. Yes, I saw that. Go away, you parasite. Thank you, Trevor, for adding more fuel to the fire. And welcome, Core Tribe. It must be surreal coming here and having to vote somebody out. You guys were kind of the favorites, in my opinion. Christy, do you feel like today's loss is significant to you? Thank you, Christy. Casey, I go to you. With this tribe, it seems like you all were fairly unified. Would you agree with that sentiment, or is there some kind of division? Thank you, Christy. And finally, to end things off, Bradley, do you think that after tonight, this tribe will still be unified? Thank you, Bradley, for those final touching words. It is now time to vote. We're going to start with you, Rush, and end with you, Christy. Thank you, Christy. It is now time to reveal the votes. First vote, Rush. That's one vote Rush. Trevor. It's one vote Rush, one vote Trevor, 4 votes left. Next vote, Rush. That is 2 votes for Rush, 1 vote for Trevor. Rush. That is 3 votes for Rush, 1 for Trevor, 2 votes left. The second person voted out of Survivor, Season 1, Rush. That's 4 votes, that's enough. You'll need to bring me your torch. Rush. The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go, buddy. Okay, the biggest shock is that he got voted out. Because, like, during this filming, I did not expect him to go. He was nowhere even near that. But somehow, some way, Rush was voted out. As for the rest of you, maybe this will unite you, maybe this will segregate you, but since you all voted together, clearly this might unite you. So, grab your stuff, head back to camp, and see you next challenge. Good night. Well, filming this one wasn't as bad. Maybe because I actually came in this with experience. Like I've already experienced like having not filming, but like having hosted Sims 4 Survivor back in the day, back in like 2020 when I was still a kid. But yeah, this one was still a little harder to film because like starting out the filming was the problem. The actual filming process afterwards was a lot more fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and were as shocked as I was that Rush went home. Because to be honest with you, I mean, you're going to see it and it might look a little obvious, but I want it to be as unobvious as possible. And, it was a pretty big shock to me. I did not expect that to happen. But, anyways, yeah. If you're wondering where Ernesto is right now, he is over by an abandoned ship. Have a good night.